girls need support.
Mhm.
They need love. They need validation. They need to know that they are someone special and they are enough just as they are. And they don't need to be compared to someone else.
This is Collective Drift. I'm your host, Erica Knowles. This platform was created to celebrate all women, the beauty of their cultures, and international travel experiences. Welcome to Collective Drift.
This interview is with Thema Campbell. She is the founder and president and CEO of Girl Power. There's a little bit of background noise. She has her granddaughter with her, but please bear with us because we are in the middle of this coronavirus epidemic. And I must let you know that this episode is sponsored by the Southeast Park West Overtown CRA. Thank you so much for your support and supporting organizations such as Girl Power. All right, let's get right to it. Hi, everyone. So today I'm here with Thema Campbell. She is the founder and president and CEO of Girl Power, this amazing organization that helps girls that are in challenging situations, and then some girls that are not, just girls that need some after school activities and also summer activities that they provide. In addition to that, Thema is a mom of a wonderful daughter, that's my friend, and she also is a world traveler. And as you can see right behind her, she has these wonderful masks, and we're gonna have to ask her all about that as well.
Okay.
So let's get this started. Thema, tell us, like, how do you define you? Who is Thema, and what are you passionate about?
Thema, like you said, I'm a mom, I'm a grandmother, I'm an auntie. What I'm most, passionate about now is, giving the best of me, making sure I'm always at my best and doing my prayers and meditation and acknowledging God and everything I do and just being grateful for what I have and where I am and who's in my life. And just that is really what's very important to me right now. And I don't know if it's because of what's going on in the world right now, but it really it caused a shift, and I'm sure everybody is feeling this, but this whole coronavirus, COVID-19, it should have caused a shift in everybody just to make us stop and think about what we're doing and why we're doing it and what's important. So that's where I am right now today.
Right? Yeah, because I mean, with this, it changes every day. I have moments where I'm like, yes, I'm going to meditate every day, and then there's moments where I'm like, okay, I'm just sit
I
down and
know.
watch some TV. That's just life.
And sometimes you have to do that. This whole weekend, Sunday, I stayed in bed all day and I watched the movies that I had been saying I was going to watch. And it was great. And I didn't feel guilty about it. And normally if I stay in bed all day, I'm like, why are you in bed all day again now? But it was great. And sometimes we just need to do that.
Absolutely. Sometimes we just need to be in bed all day. And that's okay.
Yes.
When did you start your meditation practice?
A long time ago. I've been meditating for 30 years, probably longer than that. So I've been meditating a long time. And I'm not saying that I am always meditating. Sometimes I don't do it for a month, but it's always something that I go back to because it's steady, it's reliable, and you see the benefits in your life of your meditation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, what did the woman in your life, going more back to you, like what did the woman in your life growing up teach you about your culture and being a woman in your culture?
I grew up in Georgia
Mhm.
with my mom and my grandmother and my aunt Ruby and Miss Essie May, who was my softball coach, who picked us up every day to take us to softball practice. Um, and all of these women had, they gave me something different. Miss Essie made sure that we were interested in sports and stayed outside and we got lots of exercise. Some of them I got cooking skills, but they all had something different that helped shape my life and shaped me into the woman that I am today. So they all brought something different, but I think what it was like honesty,
Mhm.
and being at the woman that you are and not trying to be someone else and
Right.
not trying to imitate anyone else. Just be who you are. Because these were all simple women. They were, women who cooked, they were women who worked, but they had this baseline honesty that
Right.
when I look back at these women now, most of them are gone on, but they all gave me something different. And I think it really, all of it shapes who you are and helped to make me the woman that I am. And, as I got older and then I started listening to Maya Angelou and Oprah and those women. And they just, all these women just, you don't realize it, but they're pouring into you when you're reading, when you're watching them, when you're sitting at their dinner table. I had a great friend, Miss Rosetta Peterkin. She's passed on as well, but I just learned so much from her about touch because she was a massage therapist
Right.
and about touch and what it means to touch someone and what the vibrations. And so if you just think about all these women that you've met along the way and they help to shape who you are. So it's just that's what I got, just it takes a lot to make who you are today. And I think that's why I do the work that I do,
Mhm.
because I see women and girls,
Right.
especially women, um, who I know they did not get what I got in life.
Right.
And I'm happy inside and I'm satisfied inside. And I don't ever question that. Um, I'm single and I'm okay with that. Would I like a mate? Of course, I would like to meet my soulmate. I haven't yet, but I'm okay with it. And I don't question God and I don't question the universe about why I am where I am right now because I know that this is where I'm supposed to be at this point in my life. And so, and I'm grateful that I'm there and that I get it and I understand it.
It's great to have serenity and that
Yeah,
solid.
I'm at peace with where I am. I'm just so at peace.
And but then there's still like some people are like, oh, I'm fine, I'm single, I could be by myself. But it's the I'm grateful, I'm happy where I am. And then there's still this hope that you express as well.
Yes. And it's not that you're by yourself when you're single.
Mhm.
You're still not by yourself because you have all these other people in your life and you have God in your life and you have your sister friends and your girlfriends and your family. So you're never by yourself. You always have other people. You may not have that soulmate that you want to bring that other thing into your life that we as women and men crave, but you're okay. I'm okay with that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Thema, you brought up girl power, and we were just talking about how the women in your life, they taught you to be honest. They taught you to cook. They taught you the importance of affection through touch, even and spirituality. And you have within yourself, or you've learned along the way about meditation. What are you pouring into these girls? In general, I'll ask you, and then you can also kind of speak on like
Okay.
what they need now that we are in this COVID-19 situation.
Right. What I try to do, Erica, and it's not just with girls, it's with my staff who are mostly female.
Mhm.
Um, it is to be the most genuine person that I can be and express love and peace and those things through my work, through my role as a boss, as a supervisor, as a CEO, showing the other side of that role. Like I'm not just your boss, but
Right.
I'm also someone who cares about you,
Mhm.
and I'm also someone who cares about your happiness, and I'm also someone who's here for you. So if you need something, I hope you feel that you can come to me for that. So it's not just about being the boss or the CEO. It's also showing people the human side of you. so that one of my one of the things that I pray for all the time is help me to be a better person, a better boss, a better friend, a better supervisor. Help me to be better in whatever role I am at the time. So I try to give that to my staff and the girls that I come into
It's
contact with.
really important.
They know there's something else.
Yeah, it's really important to have like a positive work environment. One, just you pouring into them is helping them develop as women themselves. And then they're taking that home. Like people take work home
Yes,
regardless of how you want to put it. Like it happens. And you don't want to do it, but it happens. So you're helping with their life, their work life balance. But most importantly, it's you're pouring into them what they're going to be pouring into the girls.
yes. And that's the whole idea. Like it's a cycle. It's a cycle. Like we're all connected. We're all connected one way or the other. So what I give off to you, you giving it out to someone else. So I try to be mindful as much as possible, and we can't always be that way, but just to be mindful of what you're saying to a person and how you show up in that person's life, and just making sure that I'm trying to be at my best at all times.
Absolutely. So, in light of like COVID-19 and coronavirus, I know that you're working with the girls still now and
Yes.
helping them in many ways. What are and I'm asking you this because some people might be listening to this and they might have girls of their own, or they might have nieces or goddaughters or something out there. What are some of the things that you're finding that the girls need, either mentally, physically, spiritually, at this moment? And how are you supporting them?
So first, I'll talk about what I've come to know, what I know
Mhm,
about this work that I've been doing for 30 years, and that is that girls need support.
mhm,
They need love, they need validation, they need to know that they are someone special and they are enough just as they are. And they don't need to be compared to someone else because they're not someone else. They are themselves. So girls need that validation, and they need it from their immediate family members, from their mom, and especially from their dad or the man in their life. If moms, and I want to say this to moms, if the father is not in the life of your child, of your daughter, find a good father figure, because girls need to know what a healthy relationship with a man feels like, because we
absolutely.
meet a lot of girls with unhealthy relationships with men, whether it's their father, their uncle, their granddaddies. They have these unhealthy relationships. And so they need to know what it feels like and what it looks like. And
Right.
so uh, girls need this.
Mhm,
I know your dad, Eric, I can see,
mhm,
the great job that he did with you. But girls need that man in their lives. They listen to women all day long. They
mhm.
have their mom, their aunt, grandma, all the women, but they need that male figure. It's very important for girls to have a strong male figure, even if it's an older brother or an uncle or the preacher or the man across the street. Whoever this great father figure is, this is what girls need. And so what we try to do right now, or what we have been doing since the week after we left work in March, was to keep in constant contact with the girls. We contact our girls 3 times a week. Like we're online with them. We're on Zoom and Classroom Dojo with classes 3 days a week. In addition to the classes, we also check in with the girls and their parents,
Mhm.
and we know what they need. We know if someone needs help with food. We know if someone needs to get their light bill paid, or we know this because we're in touch with them all the time. So it's about communication, and it's about helping, breaking down those barriers so that girls know that you are someone who's authentic,
Right.
wants to help, and we're not just saying the words, but we're really doing the work. So keeping in contact with the girls constantly, finding out what they're doing, letting them know we're here for you, letting them know we love you, you're special, you're beautiful. We send them care packages. Uh, we send them art supplies. Like we have our driver who, he's not doing anything right now. So he drives to their home and leave a care package at the door. We've had computers donated. Some of our girls didn't have computers at home, or there's 4 or 5 school-age children in the home and they can't all be on the computer at the same time. So we've had to donate computers for them. And so it's just about love and taking care of them and taking care of each other. And those are the type of things that we try to do, Erica, before coronavirus. Those were the things that we did in our program, and those are the things that we continue to do, is to stay in constant contact with girls. They have their mentors who's speaking to them virtually. And so we just try to stay in contact with them as much as possible, because that's the key. The old people say an idle mind is the devil's workshop. And it definitely applies, because if you don't give them something to do, they're going to find something to do. So it's about keeping it exciting and keeping them engaged. And it's working out really, really well.
So I want to ask you, so if someone wanted to support and help the girls, how what do they need, and how can they go about providing that to you?
Well, they can go on our website and they can donate money. But if they also can go on Amazon Smiles and they can order. We have a wish list on Amazon Smiles, where they can go on Amazon Smile and they can order things from the wish list, and it'll be shipped directly to us, and we will make sure the girls get it, and we'll make sure that the person that sent it gets a nice thank you from the girls. But they need feminine hygiene products, they need journals, they need art, they need mindfulness coloring books, they need things that will keep them busy, they need games, they need board games that they can play at home with their siblings while their moms are not home. But they need a lot of stuff, and we try to provide for them as much as possible. But we have a partnership with Jack and Jill, and they supplied us with a lot of things for our girls' closet. We have a pink closet where we have all of that stuff for our girls, but it's run out since we've been on this stay home order. But the girls need a lot of stuff. Is on Amazon Smiles. Our wish list is there, and they can purchase stuff on that wish list. It comes directly to us, or they can go to our website and there's a donate button. That's how people can support Girl Power.
And that's just on the Amazon Smiles. They just need to look for Girl Power.
They're gonna look for Girl Power Miami. It's Girl Power Miami, and just click on that, and it should take you to our wish list, and you can donate that way. And then the other thing about Amazon Smiles is when you order something, when you purchase things from Amazon, through Amazon Smiles, if you click Girl Power Miami as your charity of choice, there's a small percentage of everything that you purchase that comes directly to our agency. So that's another way.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I wanted to ask you, because the girls have a choir, and I wanted to ask you about that, because with Collective Drift, it celebrates international women, culture, and travel. So, and I like to emphasize the arts. And I think a lot of times I've spoken to women and talking about when they've traveled and they've performed or they've danced with other women, it brings out some type of spiritual experience, or even just, it brings joy. So I wanted to know, can you tell us a little bit about the choir and how that's impacted the girls?
Started the choir in 2012, and it's been an amazing journey with the choir. The girls love to sing. They would put a beat to anything they were doing. They would put a little beat to it, and some of them could really sing. Right. And so we started this choir. And when I start the choir, I always have more than one motive for why I'm doing something. So the choir also became a fundraising arm for the agency, because every year we do a benefit fundraiser and it's called the Gospel Brunch. It was the Gospel Brunch, and now it's just a brunch. And they do an amazing job. They do a concert. They rehearse all year long. They just started rehearsing virtually again, and they're getting ready to record a song.
Oh,
Um,
awesome.
but yeah, so the choir gives the girls an opportunity to express themselves through music. I mean, music is that thing that it just brings joy. I love it. I go to rehearsals and I sit there and I listen, and they sometimes I just want to cry because it brings me so much joy. They sing like angels, and they are just really special young girls. And yeah, it's just another opportunity. And it's also another way for us to have our hands on them more. You know, the more you have your hands on these girls, the more opportunities that you have to interact with them and to pour into them. And all of these things that they need constantly, it's a big help. So the choir is another way for us to extend the time that we have to mold and shape the girls and to help them become these wonderful women that we know they will become in the future.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. I love it. Okay, I want to switch for a bit. And
Okay.
I'm looking at the mask behind you, so it's reminding me of travel. Tell me about one of your favorite travel experiences and how that impacted.
Favorite travel experience. Um, it's a tie between the Great Wall of China, because I climbed the Great Wall, and then also to South Africa,
Mhm.
Cape Town, South Africa. Yeah. Uh, when I got there was just monuments to Nelson Mandela everywhere.
Mhm.
Everywhere you went, you saw Nelson Mandela photos and monuments, and it was just beautiful to see uh, myself and the people there.
Right.
Uh, it was a good experience. I'm getting chills now. The culture, you read about it, you heard about it all these years,
Mhm.
but it was just great to be in South Africa, and not only to be in the beautiful uh, part of the South Africa where you see the tourists, but also just to get out into the countryside and
Mhm.
just see the people, the jewelry, the clothes, the culture. Um, yeah, very, very special moment. Um, and when I went to China and I saw this wall, this huge, long wall, I did not make it to the top. I thought I was in tip top shape, but I did make it to the top. I made it three-quarters of the way, but just to climb that wall, it was, yeah, I felt really, really great. I felt exhilarated. It was just so exciting to know that I had climbed this wall, and it seemed when I saw it, I had this big puzzle in my mind about how did they do this? How did they build this? What
Mhm.
was these men and women, whoever it was, this huge wall? It just looked like it couldn't have been done by humans. It just looked so hard, like it was such a hard thing to do,
Right.
but it was a beautiful experience. So I love to travel. I love to leave the country and see how other people are living and experience other people's culture and the food. Um, so yeah, I mean I love to travel. Everywhere I go, I get a mask. If I don't get anything else, uh,
So you collect, that's what you collect when you travel?
and the last place that I traveled to actually was Cuba.
Okay.
The weekend that we got back from Cuba, the
Mhm.
president, he changed where you couldn't go anymore. But we had just gotten back from Cuba the week before he made that decision. So I was really happy that I went to Cuba. And that was another awesome experience. Being in Cuba, we made mojitos. I think I got drunk in Cuba because we could make our own mojitos and put as much alcohol as you wanted to, and I overdid it. But it was a really great experience. Communicating with the common people there.
Right.
people on the street, the people who was the street vendors. It was also an awesome experience. So I love to travel, and I'm looking forward to this ban getting lifted so we can
Yes,
do it again.
I'm with you there.
Yeah, I'm not in a rush to go. I'm very happy to be home and safe, but I think all of us are looking forward to the time when we can, you know, travel again.
Since we're talking a little bit about travel and destinations, we both are in South Florida, and it is definitely a destination in itself. But then you also work with girls that are in Overtown. Tell me about some of your favorite places in Overtown and Miami in general, or South
So
Florida.
in Overtown, back to Overtown, the Little Greenhouse Grill. I love going there. Nicole always has a smile for you and a hug, and she just makes you feel so welcome. And it's good to go and eat in places where people know your name. And so she kind of gets to know all of her guests, or people that eat there. So that's one of the places. I love Williams Park. It's such a gorgeous, beautiful park. It's always clean and beautiful, and that's another Overtown site. And the Lyric Theater. I love going there. I love seeing the architecture and the beauty of the Lyric Theater. And I love Overtown because of its history. I love riding down Third Avenue
Yeah.
because the trees married. If you've ever looked at the trees
Mhm.
going down Third Avenue, the trees all touch each other at the top. And so I love riding down Third Avenue and just looking at the trees and how they grew tall and they just reached over and just kind of married to each other. Um, and as far as South Florida is concerned, a lot of places that I used to go, I don't really go anymore. Like now, I love being home. I live in North Bay Village, and I have a nice view of the bay, and it's peaceful. And I love being home now. That wasn't the case. If you'd asked me this question 3 years ago, I would have said, "Oh, I love going to South Beach, Lincoln Road. I love going to the mall." But now, I love to be home with my plants and with my peace and my serenity and a nice glass of wine and, listening to music or watching movies. But I do like going out, and I don't go a lot of places anymore. I love to go hear jazz whenever I can go and find some good jazz. I do that. I used to follow Marielle Epps wherever she went.
I was thinking about her.
Much I'm right there. Nicole Henry, if she's in town and she's playing somewhere, I do that. And I follow jazz a little bit, and so I'm always looking for some good jazz and just a good place to hang out with some good close friends, and just enjoy the company of people that I love and people that I love to be around. So it's not about going out into Miami. It's about where I can go, where I'm with the people that I love to be with, and where I can feel comfortable and hang out. And most of the time, it's not the big, well-known places. It
Right.
could, it could be a nice park bench, or
Mhm.
it, you know, at a restaurant. As long as I'm having some good wine and good food, and I'm with the people that I love. Uh, that's what I'm all about right now.
Absolutely. If you could ask women, all women, one question, what would that question be?
Wow. I would ask women, how do you think we can change this world to make it better for our children? How can we as women change this world to make it better for our children? Um, yeah, I think women hold the key to a lot of, I think we are the key to this whole thing. Even what's going on now, I think that I think we are the key.
Mhm.
And I'm not just talking about Black women, I'm talking about women from all over the planet.
Mhm.
Yeah. How can we change this world to make it better for our children? You know,
Absolutely.
what can you bring to the table? Yeah.
Wonderful. And then the final question is, how do you define women? What is a woman to you?
Um, to me, a woman is the life source of the planet. You know, life come through us.
Mm.
Um, we are the first teachers of men and women. Um, we are the life source. We are the first teachers. Um, and that's something that I think we need to take a little bit more serious, knowing that we are the first teachers of men and women and that all life comes through us. So we're bringing life to the planet. Uh, and that's what I know
Mhm.
in my heart. I've always known that we are the life source.
Great.
We are the key.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, thank you very much. I want to first let everyone know how they can get in contact with you.
Thank Well, I will give you my, the best way to get in contact with me is through my email. And that's my first name, Thema, Thema, at girlpowerrocks with an S.org.
Okay.
Again, that's Thema, Thema, at girlpowerrocks.org. You can go right to our website, www.girlpowerrocks.org, and you can send me a message and I will definitely answer you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. And yes, and if you want to follow Collective Drift, and of course it's collectivedrift.com, and we're on Instagram as Collective Drift and youtube.com/Collective Drift. Do you guys have a YouTube channel?
Yes. No, we don't have a YouTube channel, but our social media handle, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Is Girl Power Miami, at Girl Power Miami. You can follow us, and you can see all the wonderful things that's going on. You can see our girls, you can see our board, you can see our past events and our upcoming events. This year, we are celebrating our 20th year anniversary.
Well,
We
congratulations.
had a whole line of wonderful events planned for the last week. The first one was our kickoff event, the last weekend in March, which of course never took place. And so right now we are just discovering and trying to figure out how we're going to celebrate these 20 years. It may be something that won't happen until next year. We're not sure yet, but we've been in business for 20 years. We've been doing this work for 20 years. And so we're just very proud of the accomplishments and our milestones. And so we're just very happy to have your support, all of the people who support us. Erica, thank you so much for having me on your show. Wonderful, beautiful sister, young sister. And I know you're going to do great things to help women change this world and change this planet because our community needs us.
Absolutely. Thank you. I think that's a wonderful note to just end on. Congratulations for your 20th anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for having me on your show.
Have a great one.
You too. Bye-bye.